Tonight, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say a great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Here's Minshew. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Complete to Austin Eckler.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the gun, Minshew to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And that will be incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. The first carry now, this is Johnson, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And that was incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hockenson, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
On 3rd down, Bates. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
Chicago.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to push your receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And the ball is knocked down, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
They'll run on 1st down. Hines. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now Johnson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a really Nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to this.
And this is going to be intercepted. And Jackson picks it. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Eckler, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Now on 2nd and 13, Minshew, and that's caught by the tight end Bryant. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Minshew, 1st and 10. Caught out left side by Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Again, Minshew looking to throw. Open man is Komet, the tight end. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. It'll be Minshew again. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Out of the gun is Minshew. He'll get this to Eckler. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That time 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. 4th and goal.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
And his kick is indeed good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me, that's my bad, but let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Allen, the intended receiver, 3rd down here.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun. Bates is going to fire. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. For the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the ball's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. No doubt they were hoping for 7 points out of this drive, CD. The good news, they could at least salvage 3 because that ball went bouncing out of bounds.
Yeah, how about the bounce that they got? They kept them in field goal range. You're exactly right. They get a chance to get 3 points out of it and not cost themselves.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. That decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Chicago offense set to get started. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it.
And he loses the football a second time. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a great field position here. As the ball will be at the 15-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept. Though jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think they should take the ball to bed.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions have taken the lead.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
And it is up.
The kick is good.
And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. A nice, tidy... getting the ball in excellent field position and only one play to score it. McCann's got it teed up. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And ball security has been a big issue. You see the numbers there. He's fumbled twice already.
And whenever we talk about ball security, it's not simply how you're holding the ball when you run it. It's all the other things that you do. Is it in the proper arm, meaning the sideline is protecting you? Are you dipping a shoulder to protect the ball as well? And obviously the 4 points of pressure to make sure it's tucked firmly against your body so people can't pop it out.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. It's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down, Chicago.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw it. Minshew. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
Minshew sets to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16, and another first down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skills showing the power, but just not much room to operate.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And he's able to get it down to the 2. Gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Extra point safely through. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. Complete to Kelly. And he'll be be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Lynn Bowden, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up second down.
On the coverage.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
That's caught by Keller. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He connected on his first, this from 41. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Most teams in the league hitting the three-quarter pole in the preseason. The whole league will be in action next Thursday night to wrap it all up. And then we start for real a week after that with the NFL kickoff game. In our game, expect to see the starters for at least one more drive, something to look forward to as we get you back out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they'll go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done. One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Minshew. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. The clock keeps moving.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
First down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. On the ground, it's Eckler. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Once more, here's Eckler. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a 1st down with his very next run.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Chicago.
A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have retaken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
1st and 10.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now a give right side. It's Russell. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. Shotgun now for Carr. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
1st and 10.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Man, and he hits him in stride. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. That catch good for only a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
So it's another Lions.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down, it's Russell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Now the man from Kentucky, this is Lynn Bowden. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Bears 21-yard line.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. From the gun, Carr. That's complete to Lynn Bowden. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Lions are once again going to retake the lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And his kick is right through. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown.
Tucker McCann.
McCann's got it teed up. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Bears first down.
And that is going to do. For this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Steps away. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards. first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Extra point forthcoming. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Well, this will make it into the end zone. Well, he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. A good pickup there. 8 yards in the first down completion.
It's a gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
25-yard line.
On the ground, it's Bowden. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Well, throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Intended for number 6.
Hey, a sidebar worth noting is that preseason cuts have changed. So week 3 that we're in right now, the preseason, I think, what'd you say, the roster's going to stay at 90 instead of going down to 75 this year?
That's exactly right, Brandon, because in the past, just what you said, this game here, at the end of week 3, or game 3, you would cut the roster down to 75 and play game 4 just like that. In this case now, though, they're going to be able to keep guys all the way through. So guys who would normally not have a chance to finish out the preseason, they'll get that chance now and get more opportunities to get on tape.
He takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
At the 9-yard line.
Gotta love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like they're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Now third and goal following incompletions on first and second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his man. It's caught for a touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Tucker McCann for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point.
Lead. Tucker McCann set to kick off.
McCann's got it teed up. Here comes Nelson. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Operating from the gun. Shields. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
25.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. On first down, Shields sliding, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Shields. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. Loose football, the ball comes out. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him one, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and the Lions will take over. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
On the pickup.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's back to throw. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. 10. Back to throw. And the ball's out, fumbled near midfield. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week in practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. He got position on him, and he pulls it in. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
McCann's kick up and good. And that will add 3 more to their lead and pushes it up to 6.
Lions 30.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
So now the Bears down on the scoreboard. 1:15 remaining. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. They'll buy some time right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
The quarterback on the scramble.
Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time. Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Shields pass.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and
Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.
Guys, we all watched the film from yesterday, and I hope everyone knows it wasn't good enough. Today's practice...
Here we go, set! 18 Cardinal, 8, ready? On the jump! Check go!
Like the way it sounds, sir? Just let me breathe for a minute, man.
Ready?
Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot to top off the wagon.
Go!
Lay back, fire like a dragon. Man, I'm flying past Saturn. Out of here like I ain't that savage.
Let's go now! Cowboy! Hit!
I fall, I hit on my goals, I did it with pride. Ain't nothing worse than losing your hero and couldn't say bye. But we never know just what if I try. We don't know why, but they go, they go toast. Bros, but they still alive. I'm feeling like Will, I feel like a prince, I'm feeling myself.
60 by 6,
I'm loaded with
60 by
bills,
hook.
cause I was a blessed with no regret. I'm wanting to flex and go to the chill. I'm making a flip, my life is a flip.
And... hut, hut. Here we go, here we go! 19, ready? Hold the ready, let go! Come on, set, have the shit! Set, ready? Lightning, 8, set, go! This is it. You only got one shot. Time to go for gold.